So before I get into any of this,
What the? Better find the sick bastard before he finds me.
Damn, it's going down over there. Damn, it's going down over there.
Damn, look at that! Crazy! Damn, look at that! Crazy! I'm gonna kill you!
It's going down over there.
Public disturbance in
Damn,
progress
look
and
at
our
that.
video game activists in the
Crazy.
federal building becoming hostile, unruly prowlers.
Yeah!
Yeah, f them up good.
Hey! 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 Yeah! Oh yeah, that's the way we do it uptown, is it?
A mugger. Somebody should teach him the value of a hard day's work.
Come on, just a little something to take the edge off.
Packing heat or holding dope, man? Hey,
No,
is this
man.
a gun or are
Ese
you just
pistola
happy
es
to
de
see
mi
me?
brother, Jose, seguramente.
Just like my grave. Rude punks.
Whoa! Another bottom feeder hassling a civilian. Time to protect and serve.
Why? What's wrong with the world today?
let me just state that I personally love this game, and this has always been a childhood favorite of mine, along with Jak and Daxter, GTA Vice City, and so on. I still find a lot of the gameplay amusing and hilarious at times. That being said, the game speaks for itself. Where do I even start with a gem like this? For those of you wondering, I'm playing this on the PC version. I've looked at all the footage that is on the internet, and I'm surprised that the game looked as crappy as it did. When I was a wee lad, I could have sworn the game graphics were so much better, but this is a moot point. The graphics of the time were top of the notch. This was 2000s, man. This was the best you were gonna get at the time. Either way, I can say with full confidence that revisiting and reviewing this game was a labor of love. While rediscovering this nostalgic classic, I found out how to make your guns better and learn new combat and driving skills. Apparently back then I really sucked at video games and I could barely get past any levels without my uncle's help. I mean, I was like 10 years old, man. My brain was a hamster in a wheel. Most of the game's best parts revolve around kicking ass and taking names. It represents a genre of blockbuster action movies that sacrifice common sense, logic, and suspension of disbelief for the sake of gratuitous nudity and violence, and true crime walks the line without crossing it. Well, except for this. I think I have to be honest with my sins here and admit that my prepubescent self spent more time looking at knocked out babes in bondage than actually playing the game. You guys remember what polygons looked like, right? Oh boy, those were the days. There is no real difficulty scaling or settings, and it has terrible controls on the PC. What are those key mappings? Mouse guided cars? These guys must have been the same potheads that cooked up Grandma's Boy. Nothing personal, Alan Covert. And by the way, I actually like that movie, but this is just a huge mistake. I couldn't tell you how many times I got my ass owned trying to find the right key mapping to make an arrest or pull out my gun.
Must have been another rough day at the Dow.
Commission 2? Go to hell!
thing I don't-
Madre de Dios! Madre de Dios!
Oh shit! They busted cops over there!
Nice.
Oh shit! Oh diggity damn! I gotta go!
You have the right to remain unconscious.
Kids today? What now, eh?
The story's there, and that's pretty much all I can say about that. I think what they were trying to pull off was a multiple ending story that involved 3 different villains and endings that would add some replayability and intrigue to the game. Instead, the way that it works in the game is just confusing. You start at one point of the spectrum, the beginning, and then progress through different points or chapters in the game, which eventually lead to finales.
You're looking well.
for a cadaver.
Come on, Nicholas. I'm only 342 years old.
Well, 3 centuries of crime will do that to a man. But fear not, the end is near. Messing with my brother was the last mistake you'll ever make.
Each finale is different, but they all branch off from the same tree, your starting point. Simple enough, right? But there are also alternative endings which only occur when you f up the finale and choose to continue the story anyways.
Looks like you win, Detective.
I'm used to it. Now, what about my father?
Time to join your father, Detective.
Rosie? Shit, you killed him!
Oops, must have slipped.
Damn it. What did you know, you bastard?
Come on, let's get out of here before Masterson shows up.
Now, I never made detective, but let me give you a piece of advice. Don't believe...
What kind of half-ass shit is that? What do you take me for, Activision? Some kind of rookie cop?
Excuse me? I ain't some rookie field agent, pal.
As usual, my goal was to replay the finales and missions until I got the perfect outcome as good cop. But then I realized something. The alternative endings were part of the game too. Even if the game says I have 100% completion, is it really 100% or more like 90%? So I have to fail the game in order to complete every story mission. You are missing content by being a good player. That just doesn't make sense. It's weird. One time I actually clicked on an alternative mission because I saw it was incomplete somehow.
NANI?!
Where the hell were you?
Sorry, traffic was a bitch.
They've got hostages and that idiot Masterson has started a freaking war out here.
Who does he think he is?
You've got to get in there fast.
Bummer. You should have used the ATM, man. Enemy spotted. Was that Korean?
And when I did the mission, I was covered in wounds and what looked like tire tread marks on my face. This was jarring because I had played the same mission before and I was perfectly fine then. The cutscenes just didn't match up right. And the FBI agent wasn't dead. What the hell is going on? Why would the game allow you to access alternative scenes when the previous cutscene has already been set up for a different storyline? Oh, and the levels. The levels could be excruciatingly painful to mildly irritating. Kind of like hemorrhoids. AI is incredibly stupid and unaware of their actions. They don't respond to your horn, they only respond to you driving into them. And when they do respond, they suicide dive into your hood. No wonder Nick Kang has such a loose cannon reputation. The citizens of LA are exponentially suicidal. They're practically asking for you to murder them. I don't even think this can be considered artificial intelligence. Is there a word for artificial stupidity? Because that would fit perfectly for this scenario. All in all, I think this is a game with potential that is failing in the execution part. And if the story was done a little bit differently, I think you could have had a very interesting Big Trouble in Little China-esque kind of storyline there. It's a lot more fun to just drive around in quote-unquote free play mode, where you can kind of just destroy and cause mayhem everywhere without very many consequences. I mean, there's no police that chase after you. There's no wanted system. It's not Grand Theft Auto. But it definitely has some funny elements that can just catch you off guard sometimes. All that being said, I would only recommend this video game for someone who has played it in their youth and has some kind of a rose-tinted nostalgic bias for this game already. Otherwise, there are already plenty of other PS2 games that you can play that are far more enjoyable than this game. No matter what, True Crime Streets of LA is always going to hold a special place in my childhood for being there when it was, and for being as crazy and free as it could be. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I personally liked Nick Kang. I didn't think he was obnoxious. I thought he had a lot of good lines and funny quips. I mean, obviously he's a trope of a character, but he's designed that way. He's supposed to be very arrogant and cocky and in your face. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I give this game 5 gimps out of 10. An average game.
Wow, this place has really gone to hell lately.
Attention all units. Disturbance at the restaurant row. High-profile sushi chefs are resolving their differences by way of the samurai. Apprehend the cooks. Requesting assistance.
What? You want to mess with an officer? EOD, hold it right there.
Yeah. Hey, you want trouble, Holmes? Yeah. Oh. Hey, what you gonna do, ese?
What? You want to mess with an officer? Police, beat it, now! EOD, hold it right there.
Active units respond. 1041 disturbance reported. Stockbrokers engaged in a violent dispute outside the workplace diffuse situation.
You bring it back just the way you found it, eh?
Whoa, must have been another rough day in the
my
Dow.
commission too. Go to hell!
thing I don't-
Madre de Dios! Madre de Dios!
Oh, shit! They busted cops over there!
Nice.
Oh, shiznit! Oh, diggity damn, I gotta go!
Whoa, easy, brother. Money or you dead?
Police, get out of the way! You have the right to
I
think.
can hold my own. Excuse me. Hey, watch your hands right here. Hey, watch your
Hold your wheels.
Units in area come in. Codes 245-2103 in progress. Multiple high-class prostitutes reported engaged in a violent turf war. Shots fired. Suspects are armed and dangerous. Please respond. Over.
Unbelievable, a freaking hooker war. I'll put these hands out of business once and for all.
Before you lose it. Nick, nothing to us for. That losing will turn you out.
Aim.
Run for your life!
Hey, I just had it buffed and whacked. I meant the car. Shh, nice and easy.
Fudge! Holy cow! They're killing everybody! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Ready, aim.
Holy cow! They're killing everybody!
No! Did I do that?
Units in area come in. 10851 carjacking at gunpoint of talk show host Jay DeLeno's Silver Royale Classic. Mr. DeLeno's Motorola car phone can be used to track the carjacker's position. Per Jay's request, retrieve the Royale with minimal damage. Investigate immediately. Units in area come in. Ambulance carrying a severed male organ from a recent domestic dispute has been carjacked. The organ must be recovered ASAP to ensure successful reattachment. Time is of the essence. Requesting assistance.
EOD, hold it right there.
They're shooting! Oh, thanks!
Deus Forte!